Three, two, one.
Here we go!
Okay, we're live. We're recorded. It's August 1st. It's the first of the month, and August is bullish. I'm already looking ahead to September, though. Is that okay? I think September is going to be like giga meta bull run for crypto in general.
September's when it hits, yeah.
Well, like people get back to the office, people get back to the grind. Everyone in Europe's in like southern Spain right now.
That's true. Southern Spain or
I mean, our design guy was just in Greece for 2 weeks. I have no idea what's going on in crypto.
yeah, you got to have time to get in front of the computer, right? Takes a little bit of work to make the markets go. So yeah, probably need people back in the office.
Yeah, and I mean the Bitcoin halving. But I mean, August is going to be bullish, and July we've been building, and August we continue to accelerate. So what do we want to start with? Maybe Tim could introduce himself, and then we can get into the app, and then BBX or what?
Yeah, I think it'd be nice for Tim, co-founder Tim Hannes to introduce himself. Yeah, let's start there.
Sure. Hi, everybody. Tim Hannes. I am the founder of Habit. We are a marketing agency located in Canada with clients across the country. And we're a full-service agency, so we do everything from branding, marketing, web, you name it. Small team spread out amongst Edmonton and Calgary, but work with some pretty significant brands. And yeah, been involved with this project with Steve for 7 years now, I think. We've been working on this.
Tim and I have had many beers and many pizzas talking about this.
Yeah, and now it's really at a very it's very encouraging to see how far it's come, and exciting to see where we're at today after all those years of just incremental progress, and now things are really taking off. So very excited about that. Back to you guys.
Awesome. It's crazy. This project has been 7 years, and we shouldn't sleep on that there's like a Web 2 version of this. There's already like a working prototype.
Yeah. We built this pretty complex piece of machinery at wannabet.ca is where it is, at WANNABET, like, you want to bet kind of thing. But the reason why we didn't keep that name is because there was already some wannabets out there, and we didn't think that it was trademarkable. With Beluga, especially the way that we've spelled it, we can own that name and trademark it. So that's the reason why we swapped. And yeah, when we first started building WannaBet, we knew all the features we wanted. And we've learned that this is the wrong way to start the build with all sorts of features. We've learned that it's better to start with MVP. What do you absolutely need to prove to the market that something is cool and it works, and to establish some sort of hype. So we said, let's rebrand it. Let's go all crypto, all Web3, and let's try to have a really simple, easy user interface and make it easy for people to use. So this is where we're at with Beluga now, and we're happy. We're really happy with where it's at. It looks slick.
So just for those who need a reminder, Steve is the founder or co-founder and CEO, and I'm Jeff, the COO. And Tim, I just invited you to speak in X. So I think you joined, but now you could accept to be a speaker. And okay, we just started building the Web3 version of this app in June. Let's talk about like all the progress that's been made. Like, we tested this weekend. What do we have already, Steve?
We have, most importantly, we have a smart contract that that seems to work. There's still a little bit of testing to do that we need to figure out, mostly in the case of a draw, just make sure that everything settles correctly. But we have a contract built on the back end that works. And the coolest part about the contract, the piece that makes us truly unique, I think, is the P2P, bet your buddies, not your bookies. So the actual mechanism that we built into the smart contract to facilitate that. And really what's happening there is you are when you're creating a bet, you can determine whether or not you want to send it to the world, a public bet, as we call it, or if you want to send it directly to a friend. And what you're doing there is you're whitelisting a wallet address as the only wallet address that can accept that bet. So if you're sitting at the bar with a buddy and you say, this team X is going to win, he says team Y is going to win, you can really quickly make a bet with each other that will be settled sort of automatically at the end, and nobody else can take that bet. So it's the bet your buddies piece of the contract. That's awesome. The UI is incredible. Aid Cooper is our creative officer, chief creative officer. He does all the UI. He's worked with some of the biggest brands in the world, so it looks incredible. And I believe design sells, so we're really ahead of the game. I believe with design, and in the chats we've had with some of these esports communities, because we do want to go into esports after mixed martial arts. They said it looks very esporty, and it will work well for esports betting. So that was nice to hear. The team is jiving. If we're talking about little successes so far, the team is jiving and working well. Where we need to do the most work, I'd say the product looks great. We're on testnet still. We can stay on testnet. We want to stay here till things literally work perfect. And now we got to fire up the marketing, and it's going to be primarily content marketing. Make more and more stuff, put it out on our socials, grow the communities, start having more fun in the communities, making the communities a little more sticky, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, we tested it last weekend, about 5 days ago, with the UFC, and everything worked quite well. There were a few minor, little glitches, but the actual bets all settled correctly, and they were offered so we have private bets and public bets, right? So we tested both. So the app allows you to make a public bet. So I could put X amount of a coin on X fighter with X odds, and I could post it, and anybody can take the other side. There's also private bets, right, where you, as you were saying, Steve, where you whitelist a contract. And they both worked. So that's bullish. And another thing I really like about this project is how scalable it is, because we're going to have people able to upload their own events, and we're building it scalably as well to have a smart contract factory. So every time a bet is made, there's a master contract that produces a specific contract for a specific bet. So every bet is its own contract. So you're betting peer-to-peer, completely securely and transparently on the blockchain.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, each event is the master contract, and every bet within that main event is created as a unique contract out of that particular contract factory. It's pretty neat, system architecture, really. And as we bring in more types of bets and complex types of bets, these are going to require different types of master contracts and new factories. So we'll have this row of contract factories spitting out different types of contracts for each bet type. Is sort of how it will come together.
And this weekend we also had participants from the community on our testnet app, testing the app with the fights this weekend. So it was a good simulation, and we got pretty good feedback. So thanks to the community members who tested with us, and thank you for your feedback. And I think, is it August 17? When is UFC 305? I think we're going to do another testnet event, right? Yeah,
we'll do another testnet event. We want to get all the events up we just had the main event from this last weekend, but we want to get the whole main card up for UFC 305, which is not this Saturday, but next. I think it's actually
it's 2 Saturdays from 3 Saturdays.
Yeah, I think it's the 17th.
Yeah. So
couple weeks away.
yeah, and then hopefully the next iteration by end of August, early September, we could actually go live.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we need to make sure that this is all working so rock solid before we actually start, taking people's crypto and moving it around. So there's no harm in staying on testnet in our mind a little longer than we have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Let's make it perfect here before we move over. We're not budgeting to be making money off of the app itself for quite some time. So we need to make sure it's perfect more than it is making money out of the gate.
Yeah, I mean, this is another good thing about the team and the project is we have so much experience. You guys have done a gambling app before. Steve, I know you've done other Web3 projects. I'm also COO at WeSet.app, where we have a marketplace and a tokenization platform, staking app that has all sorts of features like Web2, Web3 login, credit card purchases, multiple cryptos. And I brought the whole dev team over. So we've done a lot. We've done a lot on WeSet. It's a great project. We've learned a lot as well, and now we get to apply all of that to develop the development of a new app from scratch. So that's what I think the team is super excited about.
Yes, it's so refreshing to have devs on the team, and that's a big difference between a Web3 project that I had in the past and in my geo tokens, where we were using we were paying a development company basically to develop the app and continue to do so. But man, it's great to be able to quickly chime in to a message and say, "Hey guys, can you change this quick, or can you make this happen?" And actually have somebody reply. It's a game changer, and I might say it's actually critical to have devs on the team. So this team is all rock stars. Like Tim's got a lifetime in marketing and building brands. Jeff, you've been in Web3 longer than I have even. I've built some projects, and I was in the world of traffic technology. I've been an exec in Canada for 10 years, managing a team, moving vehicles around quicker, and I'm getting back to my old pitches, moving vehicles through intersections safer and more efficiently, right, than before. But yeah, we all have a ton of experience in the devs also as well, and not to forget Aid, who designs and builds for the biggest brands in the world, and that's not a lie. Actually, the biggest brands in the world. He's high in demand, and that's why Beluga looks so sharp.
Yeah, Steve, unmute yourself on X, and Tim as well. You're invited to speak. Okay, cool.
Could X not even hear me there?
I had my speaker up against my computer, or my microphone up against my computer speaker, so hopefully people get caught that. I think so. Let's move into BBX, because let's be fair, that's what a lot of people are interested in, right? People want to invest in a coin backed by a strong project and a strong team that can give them good returns. So why don't you talk about where we are with the coin BBX, the utility token of the project, and when people are going to have opportunities to fill their bags?
Yeah, so we talked about it a little bit in our last AMA, but we had a really good session with Tony Drummond, who's kind of like the sensei of tokenomics, and we're actually chatting with him to become a little bit even deeper involved with the project moving forward. But we decided we were at originally we were at a total supply of 10 billion. Tony talked us into a total supply of 1 billion, mostly for marketing reasons. Because, yeah, if you hit that 1 billion, if you hit $1, then it turns into the 1 billion. The uncharted territory of the 1 billion market cap, right? It's a fun thing to go for, and you can really market it. But for other reasons as well, it's too many zeros in the decimal places, is what he also said. It's a little too complex when you get to 10 billion supply. So we're down to 1 billion. Tokenomics are all plastered all over the website and the white paper also. I would say somewhat standard tokenomics. We're going to have the token the 1 billion created this weekend. We're going to have the metadata in. We're going to start to probably lock up some tokens as well. We want the token to become sexier over the next week. It's for those who dig deep into tokenomics and token details. We want them to be checking on boxes and saying, "All right, it seems legit."
Yeah, and Tony's already provided good advice on like the launch of our token, because I know we had a we're gonna launch it as like a proxy, which in practice is the same, but it's something just that he noticed for optics. So he already pointed us in the right direction, just to make sure like our I's are dotted and our T's are crossed and everything's done, with good optics.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Tony's great. And then we're raising, right? We're raising right now. We're raising with the coin sale. So we're selling BBX, right? We're closing out our OG round quickly here. I hope in the next week. But that's 50K of funding through coins that are cheap, 0.002. It's the cheapest you're ever going to get BBX. And then from there, we're going to go into the private sale where we're raising 240K. And we are going to market this and to sell coins through our own crowdsourced contract that we're building. So on our website right now at balooga.bet, soon there's going to be, we actually had it up there for a while, but you couldn't do anything with it. So some people might have seen it, but we hit the button buy BBX, but soon you're going to be able to hit buy BBX, and it's going to open up, I call it the widget. It's a new page that's going to allow you to buy BBX with USDT. So we're working on that, and that'll happen sooner than later.
And another thing about this development team is all the contacts we have, because I know tomorrow we have a meeting in order to integrate credit card payment. So anyone who wants to buy BBX in the private sale can just log right in, instantly buy with credit card or crypto.
Yes, and that's key, right? We want everybody to be able to buy BBX. It's we want to bring on all the normies, like the goal is a lot of these projects, bring in everybody, and it's really that's everybody in Web3 should be thinking like that. It's all of our jobs to bring in more people, make Web3 easier for everybody.
Exactly. So, what else do we have on the agenda today?
I don't know. We kind of touched on the big things. I'm spending a lot of my time.
This is an AMA. Questions, anybody?
Let's go questions.
Okay, but anyway, Steve, while we're waiting for questions, what were you saying?
We kind of touched on everything. It's like I said, we're really got to turn our attention towards marketing right now. We want to get some meme competitions, I think, going in the group, in the community. Look to really start to content market Balooga. Create more stuff, get it out there, more videos, more of me, more of my face, more of Jeff, more Tim, probably. Everybody's just got to be out there a little bit more and start to market the project. We didn't talk partnerships at all, but just so people on the call are aware, lots of people like what we're doing. Having great chats with people in the esports arena right now, and like I said, they're telling me that the UI looks very esporty, and that this is going to work really nice for esports. Also, having good chats with Startup Fight League in Latin America about how we can work together, and really these leagues are interested in us because they're going to be able to create their own events for their following, their spectators, their viewers to bet on the events, and for the leagues to actually earn commissions by creating these events. So it's an additional revenue stream for these startup, not even startup, but just leagues that don't have a way for their people to bet on their events. And we've been talking lots. I guess I've been thinking more than I've been talking, but I've been thinking about who's allowed to create events, right? So we're building as part of the app. You can create your bet, a custom bet, which is you're still selecting one of the events, the main event, the events that exist on the platform, and then you can create your own event. By creating your own event, you can create your own odds and your bet amount and your currency. Those are the variables for create your own event. But when you create your own bet, when you create your own event, you're sort of a market maker, right? You are creating an event with two potential outcomes: outcome A, outcome B, whether that's fighter A, fighter B, over under, over 54, under 54, two potential outcomes. You're uploading the suggested odds or market odds wherever you're getting these from, and you're allowing others to select that event. And anybody who bets on that event that's been created, you earn commissions off of these events. So we're allowing people to become these market makers and to earn commissions off of everybody who bets on these events. So this is we're thinking our way through how all this works, because it can get a little bit complex and who's allowed to create and who isn't. And I think where we're getting to is we're going to do a check, and you probably got to hold a minimum amount of BBX in your wallet if you want to become a market maker. On top of that, it would be, you'd probably be vetted, and there'd be some KYC on top of that, just to make sure that the risk is that people don't settle bets correctly and that money isn't moving around the way that it should be, right? So this is what we need to watch and be careful of when we do this kind of thing. But it's exciting to think that we could have a whole bunch of people around the world creating events without APIs, without us pulling in information. We could actually have people setting up events all over the world, and allowing people to bet on these events that nobody might know of, right? Except for a particular region or a particular country or something like that. So this is where I spend a lot of time thinking right now.
Our first client's a good example. They're like a professional fight league. They're legit, but they're just not quite big enough, right, for these like major platforms. So they're going to be creating their own events, and they're going to be onboarding. That's marketing for us, right? For Beluga, because people who go to their events, people who watch their events are going to they're going to promote betting, right, on the event. So they're going to drive people to balooga.bet. They're going to have a good experience. They're going to see they could bet on other sports. They're going to come back. They're going to invest in BaloogaBux. And he also touched on like the tokenomics of BaloogaBux, incentivizing people or event owners to actually hold BaloogaBux. So there's lots we can do there for BBX in terms of the tokenomics, for the pumponomics, to make sure that as the app grows and demand for the app grows, we ensure that along with the demand for the app, the demand for the utility coin grows as well.
Yeah, 100%. This has all been done very carefully, right? We have supply and demand side mechanisms built into this whole ecosystem that we're building here, right? With the coin and the betting app, so that I think we've thought this through enough that we're going to be burning tokens as people are betting with BBX too, right? So we're going to be burning supply. We're going to incentivize the use of BBX, because people are going to pay less in commissions for their winnings if they're betting in BBX than if they're betting with ETH or USDT. So they're going to be incentivized to swap to BBX and to be betting with BBX. And now if you need to have a certain number of BBX in your wallet to create events, there's another reason to have BBX. So I think we got the demand and supply side figured out nicely here.
Exactly. And we wanted to keep this half an hour, I guess, right? So anything else before we log off?
Any questions? Put it out again for questions.
I also want to say, well, as we wait to see if any questions come in, that for the people who are here, either live or watching the video later, you've stayed to the end. So you're obviously interested and bullish on the project. So as we ramp up marketing, we ask for you guys as well to share this with anybody who's interested in the app, anybody who's interested in investing in a blockchain crypto project that's super legit, super backed by real utility. and has huge growth potential. And personally invite people to our Telegram chat, follow us on Twitter, because there's going to be some great opportunities in the next few months to be part of the community, to test the app, to use the app, to have fun with the app, and of course to invest in the token from phase 0.
Absolutely. Well,
This
put.
really is like, if you're here, this is like a front row seat to the development of an amazing crypto project or a blockchain project.
Yeah, we're early. We're early,
Yeah.
but we're on to something. We're on to something big here. Like I said, I've been involved with other projects. I've built other projects, and you know, they're still going and they're going to go. But there's I can tell with, you know, the people that I talk to about this, there's some hype right out of the gate. Like people like what we're doing, and we've already got a product that is working nicely. For those of you that have beta tested, you'd know this as well. But yeah, we'll
And
continue to test, make it better, and let's roll.
the appeal is so universal too, like sports betting, betting on fights, etc. It's global and it's scalable at a global level.
For sure. Yeah.
Okay. Well, anything else?
I think that's good for me. It was a good one this week. I'm liking the Thursdays. Thursday's a good day
Okay.
for AMAs.
Okay. Let's do weekly Thursdays. All right. We'll sign out, and BBX community, join our Telegram group. Follow us on X. I guess we'll put our Telegram group in the notes of this YouTube video, and yeah, we look forward. We're here. We're a Docs team. We like engaging with the community, so we look forward to getting to know our community and engaging with our community.
Let's go.
All right. Logging on. Bye, guys.